Hello everyone. Now, recently we've been making lots of videos on land-to-air combat vehicles, or air-to-air, but we haven't been focusing on the ocean, and in a game with vast amounts of it, I mean if we check our map, there's quite a bit of ocean, you see. It's probably worth we do some naval combat tutorials. So, today we're going to learn how to make torpedoes. And now, if you're wondering, is this going to be big? This is it. This is a skeleton of a torpedo I made a little while ago. Yes, it works with the skeleton. It goes very, very quickly. So yeah, we're going to learn how to make something like this. And this is all you need. First things first, I think we need kind of a platform that we can hang our torpedo from. Okay, so that floats very easily. In fact, that hovers above the ocean. Oh, wow. Right, let's put a hardpoint connector body on this. So, dock's going out that way. So we're going to get the hardpoint connector to face. Just going to put the fluid at the end. To be honest, it doesn't really matter. But I think, just for convenience, I think it probably works better that way. Button. That on one of these floats, connect it to our launch, connect our electric up, and I forgot to turn my... Okay, there we go. I'm just going to save this as Budge for torpedo. I'm going to make a new vehicle, hardpoint connector attachment. And we'll just save this as our torpedo. Alrighty, so there's a few things we need for this. We need obviously a mini propeller. We need a gearbox, a motor, a switch box, some batteries, 2 tilt sensors, and a few rudders. And we're just gonna use the small control pins for that. Now, it's completely up to you how you lay your batteries, switch box, motor, everything out to change your center of mass, to balance it, to make it bigger, to make it smaller. It's up to you. It's also up to you how you tune this thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my micro switch box controller. Now, if you don't know what this is, we go into select mode. It's just a switch box. That's it. And it's just switches between 2 values that you've set in select mode. This is going to be our throttle. So this launched bit here, we're going to put onto our switch. Now, I like to put my motor behind this. So I'm going to put my motor here. The gearbox here. I stick it to 3:1 because the motor has plenty of torque. It has so much, we can do so much with it. And then I just grab a propeller if I can find one. Small propeller. Beautiful. Alright, that's kind of the rear section done. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to get some batteries in. So, batteries are a bit fiddly because if we try to put a battery in like this, it doesn't like it. So, I'm just going to get 4 blocks like this. I'm going to put 2 small batteries in. I'm very glad that the devs made that update recently where where they double charge the batteries. Alrighty, so now that we've got that, we're going to add some tilt sensors in. So again, scaffolding block, tilt sensors. Now we need one tilt sensor for pitch to make sure that it doesn't go down, and one that makes sure to make sure that it doesn't go up. So we want to moderate it so that it's going that way. We also need to have one to make sure that it doesn't roll to the side, because if it rolls to the side and starts pitching down, then what happens is if it's sideways, that pitch control ends up turning into yaw because we're sideways. So we need one rep pitch facing forwards, and we're going to have one for our roll, and I'm going to put it here. Alrighty. Now, control fins. Now obviously, if you place this the other way, it doesn't matter, you can change the control fins. I'd like to do it like this so that I have my pitch at the front. And then I'm going to do 4 because it's facing this way. And if it's facing that way, you want to put your positive going clockwise around all of these. And then let's just do the rest of the logic. So we've got our launched output value into our throttle. Don't need to check our charge. Tilt and go to those. I'm only going to do these two fins because these two are just going to be used for your stabilization, because if you have these as roll, you've got plenty of roll. But if only one of these was in the water at a point, your issue is that this is in the water, this isn't counteracted as roll, and so this will act as yaw. We don't want that, so I'm just going to leave these be. But otherwise, connect your electricity. Don't need to connect those two, but I think I'll connect them anyway. There we go. And that is pretty much it for logic. We don't need to pass video, we don't need to do composite. Just go into select mode again. Torpedo. Yep, batteries. Now, throttle. This is up to you, because lower throttle means lower speed, but generally means a higher range. Because motors take exponentially more power from batteries as you spin them faster and use more throttle. I think 0.4 I think is what I used on the other one, and I think it worked really well. Let's just save this as our torpedo, and next is to essentially make sure that all of this area is airtight. So we can put this in with the 3x3 area, so I'm just going to do that quickly. Alrighty, so here we've got our torpedo. I've just done some very basic kind of shell on it. And yeah, now, if you want to add weight blocks, you can. If you want to tune this, you can. But let's just save this as our torpedo. Let's load our barge. Let's import our torpedo. There we go, our torpedo's there. Gets it in, it's as a separate body. Yep, it's on the torpedo mode. Let's spawn this in. So see, we've got our torpedo. And, oh, I just walked off the ledge. Ah, this is difficult. Alrighty, so we should see if we've done everything correctly. I doubt myself. That, it should just go forward. Wait for it to accelerate. And as you can see, now that torpedo is actually going wickedly quick now. And as you can see, you know, if it pitches down, it'll start pitching up again. If it's up, yeah, so it gets a bit unstable. So let's just test that. Let's just see if we go lower throttle, is it as unstable? Not unstable, but just, because I mean, generally torpedoes, you don't fire them for too long, but let's just see if Is that too much of a sacrifice in speed? Well, it's definitely it's definitely a bit more stable. However, I do think that for the range, it's probably not worth it, so we're just going to keep our 0.4. Now, when looking at our actual torpedo, obviously this is not going to do any damage. So, what I suggest you do is extend the front out like this. And wait for the weapons DLC, because we can place stuff here, and this will work as a torpedo. And when we have the weapons DLC, just put the launched to the arm. I'm guessing it'll have an arm button, and then we will have a properly working torpedo. But anyways, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will... thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.